I'm a rich, handsome man, and as I am in possession of good fortune, I am in want of a wife. Well, there's lots of beautiful women who you went to school with or who work in the same industry as you or who are the children of family friends. No, I want to marry a middle-class woman who has no social connections to us whatsoever. Oh, so like someone who works for a charity and has a heart of gold, or someone who started her own business and has a lot of gumption that you respect. No. I'm looking for a middle-class woman who is super lazy and doesn't want to work.
Oh God, he said it. We see where this is going. I didn't want to interrupt the clip, but this is just so unbelievable. You can just tell straight away that this guy got no money because nobody in the right mind think like this. Nobody, not even the wealthy, young, handsome man, he's talking about things like this. In fact, that guy already has money. He doesn't think of his partner as, is she lazy or is she going to want to work and make an income too? If he's truly wealthy, he has enough money. That's not something he worries himself with. No man, and I mean no man on earth, calls his partner, the one woman he chose, a super lazy woman if she does not want to work and wants to focus on raising their children. Especially a wealthy man that can afford that. Only a man that is side-eyeing her income or her salary or that extra paycheck she's securing is a man that is going to label her as super lazy if she does not want to do that. In fact, most wealthy men would rather have the mom be with their toddlers or their small little newborns or babies until they go to school at 5 years old, I guess, at least. Even with nannies, with the supervision of nannies, they prefer the mom to be there and keep watch just in case because they don't trust strangers with their children, with their offspring, with the heirs that are gonna have to carry on with that legacy they're building today.
But one that has a heart of gold and a blithe spirit? Ideally, I'd like one that was kind of a mean girl in high school, actually. Ah, yes, of course. You know, someone who's uneducated and rude and has no redeeming qualities and has basically nothing going for her. A fine choice, sir. You know, someone really demanding who wants to do nothing all day and have her every need taken care of. Very good, sir. But again, also someone who is totally uneducated and has no talents and who I have absolutely nothing in common with. Brilliant, sir. Like, you know Cinderella? Yes, sir. And you know Cinderella's mean stepsisters? Yes, sir. I want to marry one of those, basically. Just like find me a girl who's mean and selfish and dumb and entitled. And like, you know, will do, sir. I'll find you some candidates right away.
What? Can't believe my ears at this point. See, I'm showing you this clip as an example of men that you should avoid at all costs. Because a man like this is not a man you should be wasting your time on trying to convince him that you have other biological roles like pregnancy, like breastfeeding, like child rearing, like you don't even waste your time trying to tell a man like this all this. In his mind, a woman that does not want to work is automatically a woman that is super lazy, that does nothing all day, that is entitled, and that is a mean girl. Just because you cannot afford to give a woman you love the possibility of staying at home if that's what she wants, it doesn't mean that now we're going to find a way to blame her for wanting that and call her evil and make her a villain. Just say you don't have money. Just say that will even make you sound way better. You will still stand a chance with other women of being picked and selected as a partner. If you just say, look, I don't have money today. I'm trying to make money. And if you put your intelligence and cattiness and energy into actually trying to build wealth and make more money and build an empire, maybe you will succeed. Because look how smart you think you sound by thinking about all this and trying to demonize women that want or prefer to stay with their children, even if they were not really that demanding and accepting to live within their husband's means, and they just prefer not to have to work to raise the children. You still demonize them and call them super lazy and demanding and dumb and entitled, which is super funny because there are very educated women that just prefer to prioritize motherhood and to stay with their children, and they don't trust strangers to look after their kids while they're out there trying to make a paycheck to help the man out financially when he didn't carry the child for 9 months. He didn't breastfeed the child, and his role, his biological role should have been to take care of finances. In fact, I'm pretty sure a man that sounds like this would himself not pass out on the possibility of marrying a richer woman that could make him rich, like he called it, because he cares about money so much. He thinks it's so important for everybody in the household to go and work, to go out there and work. But if he could, he would make his toddlers go to work too before he can allow them to live under his roof. That's what it sounds like. And I have no patience for men like this, for stingy, entitled men that want to have access to a woman's body and call her their wife, but do absolutely nothing for her and live in an imbalanced marriage where she has to secure an income the same way he does forever, no matter the excuse, while doing all of her other normal biological roles that he cannot contribute to.
Why do women date the rich guy over the nice guy?
Because the nice guy expects you to overlook everything, right? To exist in a state of survival 24/7, but show up fully to the relationship, give up your body 100% of the way, but yet he's asking you to split the check, risking maybe having a child with him, which is not a 50-50 process, let me tell you, okay? The nice guy wants you to overlook the fact that you're dating him for his potential. Whereas with the rich guy, it's not about the fact that he has money. It's about the fact that he had the character of a man who follows through. He exists in a state of abundance. The kind of guy who's resourceful. He always figures it out. He always finds a way. See, the kind of man you want to end up with is gonna be rich because those characteristics attract abundance naturally. Okay. So no, I'm not going to lower my standards. Yes, I want a rich man. Cry about it.
Yeah, she's absolutely right. And by the way, men that cry about it, like she said, that cry about the fact that there are women that can simply decide to marry rich and are looking for specific criteria when looking for somebody to date. Yes, she will still fall in love. Yes, she's allowing herself to still get to know the guy and see if she's compatible with him. But first, her first criteria is before we even start anything, before I even allow myself to fall in love with you, do you and can you secure a specific lifestyle for me? In case I become your wife one day. Before it even happens, yes, she still wants somebody who's also respectful, young, handsome, like the guy in the first clip implied. But before we get there, let me see first what you're capable of financially, because I don't want to have to worry about securing a paycheck while I'm doing other roles you're not contributing to. It is absolutely normal, and men know it. They just try to scam women and convince women and trap them and make them believe that they should accept and expect less. Not all men, of course. There are other more attractive and masculine men in terms of mindset that are ready to just go out there and figure out a way of making money and building wealth. Like I said, in case he finds his dream girl, the perfect girl, then he can afford to keep her happy and to give her a beautiful lifestyle. And that's what he's focused on. He's not online being catty and selfish, trying to convince women to accept less. This type of man is busy trying to figure it out, trying to make more money. So that one day this type of talk is just funny to him. He just laughs it off and he says, okay, whatever, let her use me. I want to be used. I'm exactly where I want to be. If she's going to be loyal to me, if she's going to stay with me forever, hold my hand, give me beautiful children, then it doesn't even matter why she got here in the first place. I can afford to make her happy. I can afford to give her comfort. I can afford to give her stability and security. And he doesn't care about convincing her to accept less or to go out there and secure an extra paycheck.
بیا
اینجا کجاست؟
بعد میفهمی بیا
بلم کن. اینجا کجاست؟ من آبارو. من نمیام اینجا.
بیا تو
نمیام اینجا. بلم کن.
راشین
فرهاد
پدر مادر این دختره که میبینین لوزترین نازک نارنجی ترین قرقروترین دختریه که روی زمین پیدا میشه. دو تا تخم مرغ این دستش نمیتونه بپزه، یه دونه دکمه بلد نیست بدوزه، تحصیلات دانشگاهی نداره و به جز رقص و پارتی و لباس و گردش به هیچ چیز دیگه ای فکر نمیکنه. اما در عوض دیوانه‌وار منو دوست داره و متاسفانه از شانس بد منم دوستش دارم. و میخوام از شما اجازه بگیرم که با این پریروی قرقرو و لوس دستپا چلفتی ازدواج کنم. اجازه میدین؟
This is a funny clip I found online, and it happens to be an ancient, old movie, but I just found it online. It's funny, and I think it fits in this video because this is actually a good representation of what ends up happening in real life when a rich, young, handsome guy. I didn't watch this movie. I have no clue what it's about. But just based on this clip we just watched, a young, handsome guy falls in love with you. He doesn't care about whether you're going to secure a paycheck or if you can cook 2 eggs or if you can mop the floor properly or what are you going to do when he's at work? You're going to have nothing to do all day. You're super lazy. He doesn't care. He just cares about whether you love him and whether you're going to be loyal. And then if he truly likes what he sees, he thinks the two of you are compatible, that will be enough. That will be more than enough. He won't be asking or looking for more. If he likes what he sees, you're truly his dream girl, your personalities match, then he would fight the world for you. In fact, only men that are lacking financially, and listen carefully, only men that are lacking financially look at marriage as a business project or a business partnership or a business contract or a business proposal. When they are trying to talk about what are you going to do all day, how much do you make, are you going to stay at work forever regardless if you get pregnant, you get maternity leave, I expect you to go right back to work after that. I told you I will consider you super lazy and demanding and even a villain if you ever want to rely on my salary alone. Only men that are lacking financially will want to make money or strengthen their household income through marriage.
So I just got back from my 6th date with a girl, and I'm so fucking cooked, bro. I'm so cooked. I gotta get rich. I gotta make fuck you money. You see, this is the type of girl you see, and you can't just take her to Chipotle. You can't take her to Target. This is the type of girl you see and you go, wow. Man, respectfully, I want to financially match your face. I want to be able to say, hey, let's go, pack your bags, baby. And we're going to Greece. That's what I want to be able to give this girl. She's just way too pretty to be given a lukewarm life. You know what I mean? Like, I want to marry you, buy you a pink Porsche that you take to Pilates, you grab matcha right after, you go to brunch with your friends. Everyone's wondering who's covering the bill. You pull out my Amex. We go to dinner. Hey, get her the menu that doesn't have any prices on it, please. Like, I don't want her to know we have mortgage and bills. She does not deserve a lukewarm life. She deserves a house with stairs. Like, I can't even explain it, bro. When I drive with her, like tonight, I need blinders. So I don't look over and accidentally get lost in a different dimension. Oh, I'm so cooked.
See, and this is what a man will think and how he will feel about you. A masculine man, of course, not a man that is expecting to receive an extra paycheck through marriage. So this is what a real man will feel and think of you when you're truly his dream girl, when you happen to embody the looks he was looking for, when you look like his dream woman, the perfect wife he was visualizing for himself. When you look after yourself, you maintain your looks, and you have a personality that is compatible with a man, he's going to want to give you the world. He's going to want to do it all for you. He's going to want to give you comfort. And there is nothing wrong with that. Because like I said, you're going to have other biological roles. And if you want to keep your career or job, that should be up to you. You should not feel forced to do that while still bringing children into this world for the man you're married to. So again, if you meet a man like the one we watched in the first clip of this video, do not feel discouraged. Quickly ignore him. Don't waste your time at all and keep going, because there are good men out there. There are masculine men with masculine mindset that exist and that you don't have to convince to want to give you the best in life. If he's not man enough to want to do the most for you already because he loves you that much, then you can't really convince him. Even if you sat at a table for 10 hours and you talk to him about it for 10 hours, you still wouldn't have a case if the guy fails to see your value, if he expects a monetary reward for keeping you around or for putting a ring on your finger.
Your wife should be able to be a whimsical fairy. She should be fully in her divine feminine and not have to worry about shit. My wife, all freaking morning, all day, she's been doing her gardening. My wife never has to worry. She never has to do anything. When you fully cherish and provide for your wife, your girlfriend, the divine feminine, your life will be better than you can imagine. And I'm not just saying this. I mean, honestly, it's the greatest feeling knowing that she's always happy, that she's just doing her thing. She can be at peace. She can be whimsical. She goes to bed 8:30, 9 o'clock, maybe 10. I can't remember the last time I went to bed before midnight. I'm always up late working. I work all throughout the day. I'm constantly going. And honestly, too, in this day and age where men are the most selfish they've ever been, yeah, bro, get yourself the Rolex, get yourself the car, whatever you want, but you need to make sure your girl is taken care of first. I get more excited about getting my wife something than I ever have about any car I've ever gotten.
Another example to show you that good men with masculine, attractive mindsets exist, and that you don't have to settle for less, and you don't have to accept to be with a man that you have to convince every day to see value in you and to want to do for you and to want to give you the best. Because like I said, girl, if he fails to see your value, there's nothing you can do to convince him. He's blind to it. You're better off leaving him alone. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you are a single woman that is dating for marriage, don't forget that you can join my membership website for support and guidance. You will find the link for it displayed on the screen right now, and I will see you there.